Welcome to Riders Live. I'm your host, Riders. The name of this episode is called Sucker Shit. So, one of my first business ventures was a barber shop. Fresh out of barber school, one of the guys that I went to barber school with, we also attended college together. And I won't say his name out of respect, but the story just has to be told. So, I actually found the location for a barber shop, which was 75th and Exchange, right next to LNG Restaurant. It's an awesome location on 75th and Exchange, right next door. Perfect spot for a barber shop. Good deal on the rental of the barber shop, $650 a month. Traffic everywhere, everything. Grocery store, liquor store across the street, Metra, ideal location for a barber shop. So I scoped it out. And I actually went into a partnership with my friend from college and barber school as well. So what wound up happening is his mom, she had a bag and they went over there and signed the lease without me. Shout out to his mom. His mom, she was real genuine. She financed the whole operation, the whole barber shop. She she didn't really have to do that much because it had been a shop prior, but the people who got the business, they just didn't appreciate it because it was handed down or whatever. Same thing with my partner. So I'm about to get into it. So we had maybe 8 stations, a nail tech station, two two sinks, two dryers. It was booming. It was popping. We did a grand opening and everything. His mom, she was so player. She allowed us to build up our clientele for 1 or 2 months without any type of booth rent or anything. But at the time, I had a full-time job, so I'd come there when I was off. I'd come on the weekends. I had a key. So I was like the manager or part owner of the shop, which was good. But my partner, he was just money hungry. On top of that, there was a lot of other things that I'm about to get into. So we had our own washer, dryer, everything in the shop. It was booming. Everybody wanted to come there. We were not experienced in owning a shop, but from other business ventures that I had, I knew how to proceed with everything. So we had a grand opening. Everybody knew we had a shop. It was a big turnout for it. We did it. Everything was cool. Boom. So we got two stylists. Shout out to Terrence and Silas over East. If anybody from Chicago over East, y'all know Terrence and Silas. We had a braider, two braiders. Initially, the first braider, her name was Queen. The second braider, her name was Miranda. And some of the people in the shop, we had King Bolo, Desmond, Shannon, Ronnie, Chris, among other people. So everybody was licensed except the owner. Yes, everybody in the shop was licensed except the owner. But we had a business license, so everything was cool. So we could wash our own towels and everything because we had a washer and dryer combo up in there. So maybe not even a week later, everybody coming to me like, what a washer and dryer, what a washer and dryer. I'm like, I don't know what a washer and dryer is. So come to find out, the owner, he sold it. So he had substance abuse issues, but I didn't notice, I didn't know. But his mom was financing it, so the responsibility really wasn't on me. I was just helping him and paying booth rent in there. She knocked off a little bit for me helping him actually manage the shop, but he actually sold the washer and dryer combo because he had substance abuse issues. Now I didn't know this. There's all type of different substance abuse, but it wasn't alcohol, it wasn't marijuana. You know, he was a dope fiend. You know, the owner was a dope fiend of the shop. So all the barbers were skilled. Shortly after that, we had dope boys coming down there talking about, the shop getting extorted, this, that, and the other, based on the actions of the owner and some of the things that he did. It was so bad that he was pocket watching his own clients, like the braiders. Everybody know that if you do like African braids or any type of braids, it's time consuming. And that client usually pays anywhere from $250 to $200. So he'll sit there and basically just stalk the braider, stalk the client, talking very unprofessional. And then even with the stylist as well, he'll hover around the stylists and the clients. It's cool to have conversation in the shop. It's cool to get to know the clients in the shop, but you can't just make yourself readily available at the disposal where you infringing on the stylist client relationship. And it was a level of unprofessionalism that was outrageous. So, but among the stylists, the barbers, the braiders, everybody got along. On the weekends or whenever we close up the shop, we'll pull down the shed and we'll have parties in there. We'll drink, we'll do whatever, but it was not on a business level. Once the doors was closed, they was closed. So also I gotta get into the episodes that happened and some of the episodes that happened in the shop. So the owner, he already stole the dryer from the shop. So it was a young lady that came to the shop and she was like, hey, I need a perm, but I need my side shade, tape it in the back, tape it on the side. So anybody that has any type of idea what a taper is a little bit above the ear and the back of the nape when you cutting hair. So what he did was he cut the girl's hair first. He cut it with the sharp clippers lined up and everything. Then he gave her a perm. He let the perm set in this young lady's hair for longer than the set amount of time. She had a very coarse hair texture, so it really didn't have to sit that long. So he let the perm sit in her hair for like maybe 40, 45 minutes. He didn't use any type of acid balance shampoo to wash her hair out. And he really messed her hair up. So I wasn't there when the process was actually getting done, but the client came back the next day with her boyfriend. She had a scalp around her head, bumps, all her hair fell out, and her boyfriend was hot. So he was looking for the manager. So I was like, I'm the manager, but I ain't do your girlfriend hair, so I'm sorry that it happened. I reimbursed the lady, and the shop had insurance, but she didn't go that far as to suing the owner. But it was a bad experience, nevertheless. So let's just talk about sanitation. Sanitation is one of the key ingredients when you working in a shop or any type of barber, medical, nail tech, any type of field where you servicing the people, sanitation is very important. So let me tell you a little bit about the shenanigans at this shop. This shop owner will use the same razor on a client, not only all day, a whole week. I'm not talking about a conventional razor where you strap it and you hook it up, put it on a stone, make it sharp. No, I'm talking about disposable razors like the Darkos, the Dianas, the Personas. He used one blade for a whole week on all the clients, and he wondered why the blade wasn't sharp. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. So, like I said before, it was all type of shenanigans. He owed people money. Like I said before, the shop owner, he was a dope fiend. He was turning tricks in the shop, all type of shit. So it was real crazy. So I'm just gonna tell y'all one of the incidents that I had with him. So since I worked a regular job, I do my shift at my regular job, and then I come in and cut my clients after work. So, him having all of these dope fiend tendencies and all of that, I got my promotion stuff, my cards, all of that. I'm passing them out everywhere. It got my work on there. Everybody know when you're a barber or a stylist, advertisement is key to everything. It's the most important part of marketing besides a walk-in client. So I'm wondering like, damn, I got like 2,500 flyers and ain't nobody coming in. So while I was at work, the people was coming in and he was fucking them up. So everybody who got my card, they was like, man, don't go to that shop. He's scarring and fucking up people. And the way that I found out is I was out there passing out my flyers. I wasn't doing nothing. I was promoting, looking good, smelling good, bald head, beard trim, the whole nine. And it was like, man, I ain't coming back in there. Dude fucked me up, the light skinned dude. I ain't coming to that shop. I was hot. I'm paying my booth rent and you fucking up my clientele at the same time. That shit crazy. So when I wasn't there, he was fucking up my normal clients too. But clients are loyal and it'll get back. So it was a couple of episodes where the lights got cut off. He didn't pay the rent for 5 or 6 months, but his mom had a bag. So he was telling all of the braiders, the stylists, the other barbers that, he couldn't pay the booth rent because I wasn't paying no booth rent. All right. So it was 10 stations in there. You charging 100 a week, that's a rack. You know what I'm saying? So for a month, that's $4,000. The rental of the space was only like $650 a month. Prime location, everything. This is the perfect example of when you're giving something, people don't know how to appreciate shit. But in closing, he was a real fucked up owner, real fucked up. So I wound up leaving the shop because of all of these shenanigans and shit. I even left my clientele to travel all the way to the west side of Chicago and start cutting hair in doing it because it just was a shady situation. It was all type of shit going on in the shop. We had our regulars that come in, like, you know, the hypes, the boosters, you know, the superstars, the ballers, everything. You know, I really like working at that shop. It's no longer open due to COVID, of course, but you know, this is just an episode about sucker shit. I might do a part two about this and go into it more in depth. So if y'all wanna see a part two of sucker shit, hit me up on my Instagram, The Real Riders on Instagram, or hit me up on Twitter at Huntside Music, or email me at bookingwriters@gmail.com, or leave a message on all streaming platforms if y'all want to hear part two of Sucker Shit. Peace.